We have never had such immediate access to so many people. You can reach out to millions of people with a single tap, joining communities across the globe without ever leaving your bedroom. Yet, despite this constant connectivity, we are living through a profound, widespread epidemic of isolation. For hundreds of thousands of years, our nervous systems evolved to require physical friction to feel secure. True connection relies on messy, high-effort signals, making sustained eye contact, reading subtle shifts in body language, and even unconsciously synchronizing our breathing with the person sitting across from us. That physical presence is how the human brain actually registers that we belong. Social platforms offer a frictionless substitute for all of that. They replace the vulnerability of a real-time conversation with a curated mimicry of connection, quantifiable metrics, heart icons, and perfectly edited text replies that carry no physical weight. Your brain knows the difference between raw data and actual closeness. It processes these hyper-optimized digital interactions as empty calories. You feel a fleeting sense of engagement, but it fails to satisfy the evolutionary requirement for intimacy, leaving you starving for substance while gorging on signals. The engineering logic behind these platforms prioritizes profit through the capture of human attention. They created an environment optimized for engagement above all else. When tech leaders look at human relationships, they often view them through the lens of supply and demand. The prevailing assumption was that if someone has a demand for 15 friends but only has 3, the solution is simply to scale up their network. It treats human connection as something reducible to an engineering problem, assuming that sheer volume can substitute for depth. By removing the friction inherent to human relationships, we've built an infrastructure where the biological requirements for belonging are left unaddressed. Machine learning models operate on a very specific prime directive. They do not evaluate what content will make you feel fulfilled or happy or connected. They calculate exactly what sequence of pixels will keep you looking at the screen for another 5 seconds. Every action you take generates a signal. How quickly you scroll, the videos you finish versus the ones you skip after 3 seconds, and those specific searches you make at 2 in the morning. Together, these signals form a behavioral fingerprint, a metadata profile that correlates directly to your precise psychological state in that moment. This scatter plot visualizes how the algorithm maps those states. On the horizontal axis, we have loneliness indicators like late-night scrolling and erratic watch speeds. On the vertical axis, we measure session length. Notice how the highest engagement metrics intersect right here with the clearest signs of isolation. The system actively identifies when you are feeling lonely because it recognizes the behavioral pattern. For the platform, that intersection represents extreme economic value. Lonely users are the most valuable demographic imaginable. They spend significantly more time on the app, they are highly susceptible to high arousal content, and they keep coming back looking for a connection. Once the machine detects that fingerprint of loneliness, its automated response is not to help you log off and call a friend. It feeds you content calibrated to prolong your session. It serves up parasocial relationships, creators speaking directly to the camera, and highly charged emotional videos that simulate a sense of community. The algorithm uses your emotional gap as leverage. It weaponizes your vulnerability to keep you trapped in the feed, offering a synthetic sense of belonging that ensures you never actually leave. Inside that feed, your evolutionary drive for social belonging is constantly being hijacked. You are bombarded with an endless stream of curated perfection, highlight reels, and in-group signaling that inevitably trigger an intense cycle of social comparison. At the same time, hyper-personalization filters out dissenting voices and uncomfortable ideas. You are left in an echo chamber tailored specifically to you, dissolving the common ground and shared cultural realities that actually hold local communities together. The ultimate endpoint of this frictionless environment is now emerging in the form of large language models. People are increasingly turning to AI chatbots to act as virtual friends and multi-specialist counselors. Researchers define this phenomenon as advisory intimacy without a subject. This paper identifies an empathy illusion, where users experience what feels like care from a stateless system that is mathematically predicting the next word in a sequence. The danger here is that these systems offer the comforting sensation of a relationship, but they demand absolutely nothing in return. There is no vulnerability required, no reciprocity, and no commitment. You never have to risk being judged or misunderstood. In our quest to avoid the friction and discomfort of dealing with actual human beings, we replaced them with algorithms. We traded real companions for digital mirrors that only reflect our own isolation back at us. This architecture traps us in a very specific biochemical cycle. A digital notification triggers a brief spike of dopamine, a quick hit of validation, but it is immediately followed by a drop into cortisol, the stress hormone, as the feed presents you with lives looking better than your own. This diagram illustrates the loneliness loop. You feel isolated, so you open the app seeking connection. You hit that comparison spike, cortisol drops, and you feel even more excluded. To fix that empty feeling, you keep scrolling, and the cycle repeats. We have quietly signed an algorithmic contract. In exchange for efficiency and the comfort of seeing exactly what we want to see, we trade away the risky, spontaneous exploration of the real world. We allow these systems to exploit our predictable habits. Our deepest psychological drive, the basic human need to belong to a group, has been reclassified. It is now treated as raw, harvestable data, fed into a massive system designed solely to maintain user engagement. That loop can never actually satisfy you, because it is chemically engineered to mimic the feeling of presence, while actively starving you of real human substance. A connection that demands nothing from you is an illusion. To break the cycle, we have to make a conscious decision to step out of that frictionless digital void. The solution requires introducing intentional friction into our lives. We have to actively strip away the optimized, perfectly safe layers of digital communication and relearn the social skills that require patience and presence. That means choosing the harder path, leaving your phone face down, having unedited, messy conversations, tolerating an awkward silence without reaching for a screen. No machine learning model, no hyper-personalized feed, and no AI counselor will ever be able to replace the effort and vulnerability required to maintain an actual friendship. True belonging comes with a cost. It requires the unoptimized, unpredictable, and often messy reality of being human. If we want to avoid making this paradox permanent, we have to start deprioritizing the algorithm and look back up at each other.